What I miss? Just some drama. I think one of the big propaganda commanders just got banned from, I think, either the game or being a propaganda commander.
This was shot in front of a live studio audience.
He was asked to remove a clip from a video yesterday, and he refused. The video was about all the game engine change rumors. Oh, and he didn't? Nice. Wow. I mean, if you're spreading misinformation about the game, and that results in you getting a ban after they ask you to take it down because you're spreading fake information. I mean, I don't know what to do after that. I don't know. Is that a bad take, chat? What do you think? And if that's the case, then shouldn't others spreading misinformation be banned? I agree with you, Tara. I agree with you because there is far worse people than him who spread misinformation. 1000%. I will say that. I think we all know who we're talking about. I think we all know who it is. No, y'all. I saw he was complaining about. Oh, I'm confused. So was he spreading misinformation, or if he wasn't? Because if he was spreading misinformation and they asked him to take it down and he didn't, then the ban is, in my opinion, deserved. But if he's just making a critique of the game, then I don't think that's you know, that's fair. I mean, almost all the propaganda commanders make critical content of the game. I don't see them getting banned, and nor should they. Even if sometimes I disagree with the critiques. He was making a critique, well then that's an L. I disagree with that. But I'll do some research on it because I don't know what the full extent is. What did they put in that pyrotech? That pyrotech had a lot more than just some fire in there. That's just my thing. Like, if after I do some, this is my opinion right now, okay? If they banned him simply because, and from my understanding of being banned, I think he's just not a propaganda commander anymore. I think he's still allowed to play the game. But if they took away his, like, community-sponsored propaganda, I don't know what you would call that, propaganda commander thing, like where you're officially greenlit by the devs. If they banned him because he was making critiques of the game, that's honestly kind of stupid. Especially since like 95% of the propaganda commanders that I see make like critiques of the game like hella hard. Now, if he was putting up fake information about engine changes that were never promised, and just was like, I'm just reporting on the news, but obviously he was cashing in on some fake leaks and everything, and they asked him to take it down because it was doing some reputational harm to the studio or something, and 1000% I'm fully on board with him getting banned. 1000%. That is the opinion as of right now. Yeah, it was Lieutenant Buzz, Tara. That's who we're talking about. I just have no idea what's going on. And from what it seems like, one guy wanted to have a thumbnail removed. He did not remove it from the vid 1 hour ago. What? Thumbnails? Also, I want some third-party information too, because I'm not saying he's a liar or anything, but like obviously I'm not going to trust the person who got banned to explain why they got banned. I want to cross-analyze. I want to cross-reference. You know what I mean? That makes sense, right? You guys don't think that's crazy. I hope you don't think that's crazy.
Have a taste of democracy.
Like, I just don't know him personally, so I don't have like that trust in him, if that makes sense. I mean, we can watch it. Why don't we watch it on stream? Fuck it. Why don't we do that? Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's put it in picture-in-picture mode. Like a Chad. Be like in a drama slop time. Drama slop time. Let's go.
Yeah, so I was preparing a Helldivers video for today about the grunt style versus player power fantasy expectations we had at launch. I had slides mostly prepared, clips from Johan talking about what Arrowhead's vision was for the game, and at least in my mind, this was going to be a banging video. And then I got banned. Well, mostly banned. So, of course, I had to table all of that content.
The other video?
To this one. In case you want to help.
Well, I'm gonna watch this video real quick, just so I can see what the fuck's going on, okay?
Support the channel. The easiest way is to hit subscribe and ring the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. And now, let's dive into what just happened.
Let's go. Dramatic intro!
Okay, as many of you know, if you don't know, I, along with a small group of Helldivers, were invited over to Arrowhead's headquarters to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the game's launch.
I hope. That'd be cool if I did. I'll spread the leaks like I always do, boys. You know, I got the leaks just like that for you.
So, in February, Stockholm is downright freezing, especially for this Florida boy. And while there, we got to test out some content, which you now have in the live game. We met many of the developers and staff over at Arrowhead, and even Craig Lee Thomas, aka John Helldivers, stopped by to welcome us. I also got to meet some crazy talented creators like Takibo, Commissar Kai, Thick Filet, Aesthetics, Loud Plays, Odo, Background Gaming, Maplewood, Crazy Mr. Pips, and a couple of the crew with super early salutes. And from there, we were all dubbed the Propaganda Commanders. And for those of you who jump over into the official Helldivers Discord, you see an alerts channel when one of us posts, and just kind of jumping forward to the present and the program. It's now swelled in numbers as all sorts of new recruits are added in, with the initial aim of this program being to aid the studio in making the game better through direct feedback, suggestions, testing, that sort of thing. And overall, it was a really cool concept.
We're in a jammer.
Which brings us up to yesterday, when the wheels basically fell off this wagon. When I posted this video talking about how most of the developers that included the phrase engine updates or upgrades, I forget which honestly, anyways, how those little snippets from the devs were being turned into full-blown Helldivers 2 is getting a full engine upgrade and overhaul.
And then, let me see. Let me continue watching.
Speculation post. Now during that video, I read through part of a Fandom Wire article where the author was talking about how this engine update topic was turning into crazy video thumbnails. And so, I searched the exact term that article mentioned, and it came up with 2 video suggestions, and then a whole bunch of ads below that, and then some other relevant stuff. Now, I did not say any names. I didn't say anything snarky. I don't know exactly what it was that I said, but it was brief and definitely analysis. Dude, I don't actually compete with anyone. Probably because I stick to a very small group of commune out there. Full body
Okay, wait, because you can barely hear the
I've
video.
Lived life with all YouTube recommendations disabled for years now. No lie, I know it's going to sound weird to you out there, coming from what you think of as a YouTuber, but when I log into YouTube, I see a blank screen. No recommendations, nothing. And by the way, just in case you did not know this fact as well, I have a full-time daily IRL job. YouTube is a hobby for me. Hell, let's actually
okay,
know what it is. It's my passion.
I know I'm about to be a piece of shit, and I'm never gonna have the perfect opinion. Okay, I know that. But why does it every time someone gets in like trouble, they get banned or anything, they always got to be like, oh yeah, YouTube ain't my main time. Like, bro, no one gives a fuck. No one asked.
I love the grind. I love the craft and the experience of putting my ideas and voice out there and having conversations with people. And while we're at it, trying to enact some change. Sorry, I'm doing most of this video unscripted, so
okay, that explains a lot.
Off on a tangent there. Anyways, let's get back to the story. From yesterday's video, I apparently rattled a few cages, and I was therefore asked to not remove my video, but a small clip of it, the offending clip, to which I politely refused. You see, in my mind, and let's call it in my conviction, I had done nothing wrong, and being asked to remove something that was not dishonest felt, well, dishonest, especially to myself. And I may not always have the same viewpoints as my viewers, and that's okay, but just so you know, one of my guiding principles is that I always try to remain truthful, at least to myself.
Okay, so
to my beliefs,
it sounds like there was something that needed to be removed from the video that wasn't.
Which then, by extension, is transferred to you, my viewers.
One of you guys framed it in so horribly. This is why I try to have my own opinions on shit. One of you said that he got banned because he was critical of the game. He was kicked out for his opinion? What was the part that got him removed?
So, yeah, from there, it became an either this or that will happen situation, and I politely refused to alter the video, and so I've been removed from the program. Now, I want to be clear, I'm not throwing shade or hate at any party out there. I love Helldivers 2, and that's not going to change after today. I love the people I've met through the community, and again, that's not changing. The crew I met over in Stockholm.
So then what was the opinion that got him banned? What was the piece of information that got him banned?
World-class dudes, all of them. But when I'm asked to alter content to fit a pattern I don't agree with, that's asking me to give up a part of me, and that's something.
One, I'm not retarded. Are you joking? Let me try to solve this case. All right, boys. I'm the detective right now. I was never good at detective work. Rune, we're doing drama.
is Arrowhead
Someone got
updating
banned.
Helldiver 2's game engine. Rumors about Helldiver 2's engine are circulating. Let's separate the fact from fiction in this latest speculation about Arrowhead's technical plans. No, Helldivers 2 isn't getting an engine update. Not that we know of, at least. The rumor currently making rounds through Reddit post and YouTube clickbait, wow, they just came out and said it there, has zero official confirmation
This
from
guy on
Arrowhead,
stream.
neither through their communication channels nor their frequent Discord chats with the community. More importantly, no credible data miners or known insiders have corroborated this claim. The source? Pure speculation dressed up as insider knowledge. That said, the confusion likely stems from Arrowhead's recent tech blog #1, where they promise performance improvements and file size optimization. Somewhere between we're improving engine performance and community wishful thinking, the message mutated into complete engine overhaul incoming. And that's quite the leap, especially considering the current Stingray engine situation. Performance optimization doesn't equal engine replacement, yet here we are. Arrowhead's latest developer blog specifically addressed the PC file size bloat problem.
Okay, if this is literally
not
what he got
engine
banned for, this is getting
overhauls.
fucking
They
stupid. I'm
discussed
gonna be real, they
short-term
shouldn't have
crash
banned him then.
fixes and
It just sounds like
long-term
he's reading the
storage
article.
Solutions. Nowhere did they mention rebuilding their engine foundation. And just to add this in for more context, the recent official tech blog #1 said this when it came to engine updates. And by the way, I'll include a link to this full blog.
I think he just got banned from the
check the
program.
pinned comments and video
And
description.
by banned, I think he
But
just
if you
got
look in the
removed.
section
I probably
under
bet you do.
long-term solutions, it says, quote, looking further into the future, we plan to make improvements to the engine, which will ensure we never waste RAM loading common data that isn't needed, eliminating one of the drawbacks of the above technique. And by the way, that small portion of that tech blog has now led to speculation like this over on Reddit, talking about new mission types with 50 divers all in one mission based on those rumors of a new engine update. Anyways, continuing on. The article says, the original post perfectly captures how these rumors snowball. Someone mentions engine improvements.
I don't
and
watch him either, so I don't know,
players
but-
imagine 50-person hold-the-line missions with sea troopers. Creative?
I
Absolutely.
don't
Based
see
on
anything wrong so
Arrowhead
far.
said,
And
not remote.
this is my thing.
That would be.
If that's what he got banned, if this, I'm assuming, because he even said it in the first video that they got mad about him talking about the article. It literally just sounds like he's reading off the article. I don't know what's wrong about that. That's like banning me. That's like as if I was a propaganda commander and me reacting to this video in its totality right now. They banned me because I had this part in the video. It's like, that doesn't make sense to me. That's like, I don't know. Like, he didn't write the article. Unless he's got some pseudonym that I don't know about, and bro's like a magical writer that I have no goddamn, that I have no clue about. You know, like that. I don't know if I'm crazy on that. It doesn't. We're like more than halfway through this already.
They go on to say, nailed it. This pattern happens constantly. CEO Shams Jorjani says, quote, fixes and performance improvements, and somehow that becomes,
Okay,
quote,
Rune, I'm sorry if I'm in
complete
trouble.
engine rebuild with unlimited possibilities. Certain YouTube channels thrive on this cycle too. Oh, we're circling back. Churning out AI-generated thumbnails with all caps titles about massive engine updates.
I can almost feel them talking about Thoradin. I can almost feel it. I can almost feel them talking about Thoradin. Well, Ian, I think it's not the article's fault. The article isn't saying that they're gonna promise 50-player divers. They're saying that and I don't even think the article said that. I think Buzz I'm just gonna call him Buzz because I'm gonna keep trying to say BuzzLightBeer. But I think Buzz is just saying that to like recap and agree and affirm the claims that the article is making, that like for some reason a bunch of Helldivers on Reddit were talking about like how the engine is going to have 50 players. I think that's what he's trying to do. But I think that's what Buzz was trying to say, is that like there was like the claim that the article is making that people are running huge speculations over small words is 100% true because of like XYZ, you know? That's not him saying that. What's the context? The context right now so far is that Lieutenant BuzzLightBeer, from my understanding, covered an article that covered the rumors that were like crazy rumors that were not true. And due to him covering the article and being asked to remove this section, which I'm assuming it's this section based off the context of the previous video, that when he said no, they were like, hey man, like, all right, if you're not going to remove it, we're going to ask you to leave our propaganda commander program. And if that's the case, like, I disagree with the ban. A bunch of people made it sound like he got banned for being critical, which this isn't being banned for being critical. It's being banned for even something dumber, which is being banned for just talking about the news of the game. As no matter how whether you support making news videos or think they're lazy, whatever the fuck your opinion is on it. I mean, if he's just covering the news, he hasn't given an opinion really yet. He's just talking about the article and then affirming and just proving or disproving facts of the article. And it doesn't look like there's been anything disproven about it, which is that, like, yeah, this community has an issue with running rampant with rumors and fake information and people making AI generated content, you know, just for anything to get impressions on the video. So I 1000% so far agree with the, like, I think even if I was a propaganda commander, I'd get banned from the way that this just sounds. Yeah, this is not really, so far in my opinion, this doesn't look like a good look until I'm like presented with some different information. But like so far, this doesn't seem like a video that's providing anything.
Absolutely nothing. It's manufactured hype for algorithm engagement, plain and simple. And full stop here, by the way, I did check YouTube with that exact title description, which shows up here with the following results.
It's Glitch Unlimited and Thornton.
Inevitably disappointed those inflated expectations. Frustration erupted, not because Arrowhead failed, but because players gaslit themselves into believing.
True!
I do want to community note this article's statement here and now, though. It's true that the community's imagination ran wild about the DSS, but this also got blown out of proportion because Arrowhead themselves never came out and specifically said that those DSS rumors were false.
That has to be it. That definitely was it. That was it. That was it. That was it. That had to be it. I will bet my YouTube channel that was the part that got him banned. That small opinion got his ass banned. I could see that sounds exactly like something that got him banned. I think that was it. That had to be it. If I was to bet anything, that's exactly what got him banned.
Wild about the DSS, but this also got blown out of proportion because Arrowhead themselves never came out and specifically said that those DSS rumors were false.
You know, when I think about it, yeah, he is right on that. They should have said something. They should have, unless I'm wrong, I could do like some quick research, like if I want to. DSS, Arrowhead. I don't even know how to look this up. I don't know. Arrowhead never. I don't think they ever communicated. They were just silent, which is something that I've always shitted on them for. They have horrible communication skills with their community to set expectations. And then also a thing that I personally am disappointed about when it comes to Arrowhead is they never take any like not punitive, like negative measures towards people who spread misinformation. I'm not saying Buzz from so far. I went into this thinking that he spread misinformation. He clickbaited the fuck out of his channel, and that was the one thing that warranted the ban. But it looks like he literally just gave a like very milquetoast, honest reality take, which is I'm summing up his take in different words. Preventative measures. They have preventative measures and punitive measures, because I honestly do think they need to go after some of these leakers who leak shit. It's like, it's harmful to the game. Like they don't do anything to leakers at all. They just let them run wild and speculate and raise the expectations of viewers, or not viewers, Helldivers to the nth degree, and then nothing is ever done. If someone is breaking the law, but you never enforce that law to put them in jail or put them in prison, yeah, I mean, like, they're just gonna keep breaking that law. You know what I mean? If I steal a can of soda from a store and you never, what is it? Like, correct my behavior with a punitive or a punishment, I'm just gonna keep stealing. So until Arrowhead does something to stop leakers, they're just gonna keep doing it. So, which then is gonna lead to this huge misinformation cycle, which always happens in with Helldivers. Even though that is not the main issue of the game, I'm just saying that's like one of the many issues. I know, Plymouth, that there is content creators who are even still propaganda commanders who say and promote fake information. Oh, wait. I think what really happened. No, okay. Highware, I just read Highware's message, and I think this is actually what happened, honestly. So, Highware said, "Psych, I think he was banned for showing a thumbnail, and the YouTuber did not like that and told him to cut it out of the video, but he did not, and then the other YouTuber told Arrowhead people are thinking it was glitch." I see now. So that's what probably happened. I take it back. I think that's actually what happened. I think what happened is that he was covering the news. Not Arrow. Not so. I think I'm gonna switch blame from Arrowhead to I think it's what Glitch did, which is I think what happened is that Glitch basically or Thoradin, one of the two, felt like they were being witch hunted by light whatever the fuck Buzz, man. These names I can't talk. I guess my name's complicated too. But Buzz was witch hunting him, even though he wasn't. He was just reporting on the facts of the situation. If you don't like it, don't make that kind of content. But was like, hey man, I'm being harassed by one of my fellow propaganda commanders. Can you tell them to take this part of the video out because it's just causing me a bunch of bad publicity? And Arrowhead was like, hey man, we understand that you're just covering the news or whatever, but you are witch hunting him, and that's kind of against our terms of service of being a propaganda commander. So could you just remove this one section out? And I bet he was like, no, because I'm just covering the news, and there's nothing, I'm just covering the facts, and I'm not going to cover up the facts because he feels like he's being witch hunted, even though he's not. I'm just covering the facts of the situation. And they're like, all right, man, but if you don't do it, we're going to have to take you out of the program. And he's like, well, all right, you got to do what you got to do. And he got taken out. I think that's actually what happened. That's definitely what happened, because someone is abusing the system. And you know what? And Arrowhead actually listened to either one of those guys for real. Well, you have to see it from Arrowhead's point of view. I'm not trying to be a fucking glazer. I'm not trying to defend their decision, okay, before you come at me. So what happened was most likely, let me give you my example so you understand how it looks like from Arrowhead and why they had to make the decision they did. Imagine if in Bungie, you had two prominent content creators for Destiny who you have inviting each other, who you've invited to your studio. You have NDAs signed to it. You've supported their stream. You promote them when you're on Twitter and stuff, and your servers and your community. You uphold these people as pillars in your community. Now, let's say one of the YouTubers in one of their videos is we'll even make it worse than the situation that it is now, is actually witch hunting and harassing one of your other content creators that you support with your company. Now, what you have to do is you have to take action on that if you have actual evidence of it, which, all Glitch would have to do is just show the video to Arrowhead and be like, look, I can show a one-to-one, he showed me in the video, I'm getting a bunch of shit on Twitter or wherever the fuck he's getting shit from for it, all right? And Arrowhead is going to be like, well, we don't want to look to the public, hey, we don't protect our own from harassment and that we support, because no matter whether you agree with it or not, the truth is that if Arrowhead does nothing while another creator is witch hunting or harassing, even though I'm not saying Buzz is, but if you don't do nothing, you're co-signing it to the public's eye. The public's retarded, okay? You may be critical thinkers. The public is not. They're going to be it's a co-sign. So due to them, they don't want to be the co-signers of harassment. That's just bad PR. And Arrowhead has got enough bad PR that honestly, it's exhausting at this point. So that is most likely what happened. They had to take action no matter whether they agree with it or not. And Buzz is going to probably just take it on the chin. That's definitely what happened. Yeah, 100% agreed. Bad look for them, but it's about spreading misinformation at the end of the day. Those guys are hypocrites. In my opinion, Arrowhead should definitely do some punitive actions to the people who make those AI slop news videos who don't just spread misinformation and have no repercussions at all about it. I 1000% think that's what should happen. But on the flip side, just from a PR, they have to level because of the public and how stupid it is, our representation on us. That's what a propaganda commander is in the end of the day. Any big content creator, you're no matter if you had bad politics, good politics, you have good opinions, bad opinions, you are a representation of the community now when you are officially recognized by the developer of that game. That's just kind of how that works. You love my stuff? I hope I'm trying to be objective here, because at first I thought, I went into this thinking, okay, I don't watch Buzz. I do have I do know the climate of YouTube content creation for news channels, which is usually either it's clickbaity as fuck, which is completely normal. I don't accuse anybody of that. I do that. That's just the state of YouTube. You have to clickbait. It's just as long as it's not egregious. like some people, or and covering news or fake news, like one of the two. Oh, basically, I just thought he spread misinformation. He got banned for it, which I'm fully support of if that was the case. But it's not that. It's not the case. They should ban. They should take away people propaganda commander bullshit, and they should come up with like punitive actions for people who spread misinformation and leaks, because that shit is actually hurting the game and the community. But that's not what he did. It looks like what happened is that he made the mistake of pointing out which YouTubers make those kind of content. And since he pointed out those YouTubers, that's viewed as harassment. As much as me and you may think it's like not or anything, all it takes is for that person to make it feel like to feel like it's harassment. And if they feel like it's harassment, they're instantly gonna go tell they're gonna go tell the superior. That superior is gonna be Arrowhead. Arrowhead's gonna be like, hey, take this video out, take this part out, or take this video down, and there's no problem, no harm, no foul. But you know, he didn't do it, so he got removed, and that's basically what happened. Yeah, I hope they do it. I hope they take some actions against those leaks and everything, because they are actually harming the discourse of the game. Like, I'd rather have conversations about like why, like, you know, certain things need to be balanced, and like talk about the engine and how we need to fix certain bugs, rather than talking about how there's going to be a fourth faction of lizardmen that are going to show up on the fucking third galactic war on Helldivers 3 with Unreal Engine 5, and how Seifchan's going to be a girlfriend that you can unlock in the visual novel when they finally add the APC and DSS town hub with clans and shit. Like, it's just like sometimes, man, like you gotta listen to the shit that you're talking, and you gotta chill out. Didn't he say it's gonna be Rebels as a surprise faction? Bro needs. I don't even know what the fuck he said, man. He says like every day is a new leak. There's not. I don't even know how you. The only way you have. I don't even think people like. It's surprising that people don't even realize half this shit's fake, because you can't even have that much new information every day. Like, every day is another 10-minute information diatribe about new leaks, massive ungodly leaks. But you know. Where some of the shit obviously has to be made up, because they don't even do that much shit at Arrowhead, probably. Yeah, I feel bad for Arrowhead because they're in like a no-win situation. They sadly they had to do it. That's the thing, they had to do it, even though it's wrong and they shouldn't have done it. What they should be doing is going after the people with misinformation. I don't even think they'd get bad PR about it, though, as long as you just were like honest about the situation. But it's just, sadly, the public is so fucking stupid. The fourth faction, you know what the fourth faction is? No one ever thinks about it, but it's the truth. You know what the fourth faction in Helldivers is? It's been in the game since launch. You know what the fourth faction is? The fourth faction is Super Earth. That's the fourth faction, okay? You are part of the fourth faction. Stop asking for a fourth faction, okay? There's 4 factions in Helldivers. There is the automatons, the Terminids, the illuminate, and Super Earth. That is the fourth faction. Okay? Yeah, it's fucked up. I think that's exactly what happened, Clone. I think some people are not strong of character. That's the polite way of saying it. And those people who are not strong of character will always take advantage of systems that are easily exploitable. And due to him exploiting that system of reporting and crying harassment, you have to take it serious. You have to take harassment claim serious, because if you don't take it serious, that shit can blow up in your face PR wise. Even if it's not that serious. I understand why they had to do it. Even as much as I'm going to keep saying this too, as much as I disagree with it, so it is clear for when this gets uploaded, I disagree with him getting banned. You know, as much as I may disagree with like a lot of his opinions, possibly, I don't even know what his opinions are. I'm just saying that in case if there is, because there's bound to be, I probably bet, you know, like, he shouldn't have gotten banned, but you got to take harassment claims serious, no matter how fucking small they are. When you're a propaganda commander, you are a representation of the studio, no matter how much you may not agree with that take. That's just the truth of the matter. Whatever you upload and whatever you do, your behavior is a cosign of the studio when you hit a certain size and representation of the community. All right, I don't know. He's not talking about it, but yeah, I think that's probably my opinion as of right now, until like more facts and whatever becomes the situation, more opinions I hear. But I think what happened is that he made an objectively true statement or a video, just like not. Maybe it was clickbaity. Who gives a fuck? Everyone clickbaits. It's like completely normal at this point. If you're complaining about clickbait in 2025. You need to get a time machine and go to fuck back before that shit was a thing, because everyone does it now. There's nothing you can do about it, okay? But it looks like he was just like covering a news article. He sadly made the mistake. In my opinion, I think it was a mistake of pointing out the YouTubers who do spread the misinformation, and that gave the people who are, like I say, poor of character, okay, low of character, do not have high character, to take advantage of a situation who I already know they beefed with in the past, because I remember the beef they had before. So you gave someone an opportunity, sadly, of low character to get a dig in on you career-wise, or just, you know, as much as you don't give a fuck about it being your job or whatever, you know, the career-wise, they got you, sadly, and it was wrong. And I wish Arrowhead took punitive measures against them as well. But sadly, Arrowhead had to do what they did, because if you don't want to be the studio on the internet, no matter, because no one gives a fuck about the facts anymore these days. Everyone's just going to read a headline, and the headlines are going to read if Arrowhead didn't do anything. A game studio, Arrowhead, takes no action against calls of harassment between two big YouTubers in their community. You're just inviting a whole slew of bad PR that you do not want to hear. Can you be a mod? No. Try to find out what we're seeing differently, but honestly, we are seeing this as the same mod, to be honest. Yeah, that's honestly what I see it as. Like, it's just sadly, Buzz made a misstep, and he let someone who is a piece of shit do some piece of shit thing to him. And hopefully he can learn from this and see that even if you are, you know, even though you may be in the right for what you do, and you'll have like the community to agree with you, sadly, when it comes to corporations and shit, they'll always have to protect themselves over what is right or wrong. And sadly, you know, you just open yourself up for that, and hopefully that doesn't happen to him again, or he can, you know, obviously he said it's not his job, so he doesn't give a fuck really, but I don't know.